Children, you know, adverbs are the words which describe the verbs, the action words, and adjectives, the describing words, and other adverbs. Adverbs tell us how an action is performed, where an action is performed, when an action is performed, how many times an action is performed, or up to what level or what extent the work is done. So, in simple words, we can say the adverbs answer one of the following questions: how, why, where, when, how many times, or up to what extent the work is done. If any word answers any one of these questions, that is the adverb. Now, see the sentence: the girl sings sweetly. Here, the action performed is sings. How does the girl sing? Sweetly. Sweetly tells us how the work is done. So, sweetly is the adverb. One more example. The children visited a zoo yesterday. Here, adverb is yesterday, as it tells us when was the work done. Adverbs describe adjectives also. You know that adjectives are the words which tell more about a noun or a pronoun. See the example. Tea is too hot. Here, hot is adjective as it tells the quality of tea. So, hot is adjective. But the word too describes how hot tea is. It's too hot. It's very hot. So, the word too describes hot. That is adjective. So, to is the adverb. Next, adverbs describe other adverbs also. See the example. He writes very neatly. In this sentence, neatly is the adverb as it tells us how he writes, how the action is done neatly. So, neatly is the adverb. But the word very tell us how neatly he writes. He writes very neatly. So, very is the adverb as it describes the other adverb. Now, let's learn about different kinds of adverbs. According to their functions, adverbs are divided into various categories. There are adverbs of manner, adverbs of time, adverbs of place, adverbs of degree, adverbs of reason, adverbs of frequency, interrogative adverbs, etc. Let's discuss them one by one. First of all, there are adverbs of manner. These adverbs provide more information about how a work is done. Adverbs of manner are most commonly used adverbs. Maximum of these adverbs end in ly. For example, the dog barks loudly. Here the verb is barks. And how does the dog bark? Loudly. So the word loudly tells us how the action is performed. So loudly is the adverb. In the given sentences, the words carefully, slowly, quietly, and beautifully are the adverbs which tell us how the work is done. There are some adverbs of manner which don't end in ly. For example, he kicked the ball hard. Here, hard is the adverb which tell how the action is performed, that is, how did he kick the ball. So, hard is adverb of manner, but it doesn't end in ly. Next example is they ran fast. In this sentence, fast is the adverb as it tells how did they run. That means how the action was performed. So, fast is adverb of manner. It also doesn't end in ly. More examples of adverbs of manner are angrily, bravely, busily, cautiously, courageously, greedily, etc. Now, next we have adverbs of place. These adverbs talk about the place where the work is done. That is, the action is performed. For example, the army marched forward. In this sentence, the word forward is the adverb of place as it tells about the place where the action is performed. Where did the army move? The army moved forward. The army marched forward. So, forward is the adverb of place. More examples of adverbs of place are somewhere, everywhere, nowhere, anywhere, out, in, forward, etc. Next we have adverbs of time. These adverbs answer the question when the work is done. That means they tell about the time of the work done. For example, the children are taking lunch right now. In this sentence, the word now describes the time of the work done. That means the work is going on now. So, now is the adverb of time. More examples of adverbs of time are then, just, early, soon, before, afterwards, etc. Next, we have adverbs of frequency. These adverbs tell the frequency of the work done. That is, how many times or how often an action is performed. For example, they take meals thrice a day. Thrice means 3 times. And they take meals thrice a day. Here, thrice is the adverb of frequency. It tells us how many times do they take meals. More examples of adverb of frequency are seldom, often, never, ever, once, twice, thrice, rarely, always, sometimes, usually, etc. Next, there are adverbs of degree. These adverbs describe the extent of the work done. In simple words, we can say that adverbs of degree describe the adjectives and other adverbs. For example, tea is too hot. I have already explained this example in the beginning. Here, hot is adjective as it describes tea. It talks about tea, the quality of tea. And the word too describes hot. That means the word too describes adjective. So, it is adverb of degree. Next example is, which also I have taken earlier, he writes very neatly. Here neatly is the adverb as it tells how the action is done. How does he write? Neatly. But the word very explains how neatly he writes. That means the word very describes the other adverb. So here very is the adverb of degree. In the given sentence, extremely is the adverb of degree as it tells us how much tired the child is. The child is extremely tired or too much tired. So, extremely is the adverb of degree. So, we can say adverb of degree explains or describes the adjectives and other adverbs also. More examples of adverbs of degree are so, to, finally, almost, rather, extremely, absolutely, fairly, rather, etc. Next kind of adverbs are interrogative adverbs. These adverbs are used to ask questions. The words why, where, how, when. These are the words which are used as interrogative adverbs. For example, how do you bake the chocolate cake? In this sentence, how is used to ask the procedure or the way to make chocolate cake. So, how is used as an interrogative adverb. Then there are adverbs of reason. These adverbs tell why something happens or why an action is performed. For example, Yusuf is studying because he has an exam tomorrow. Here also because starts the reason of the action studying. Why Yusuf is studying? Because he has an exam tomorrow. So because is the adverb of reason. More examples of adverbs of reason are so, hence, thus, etc. Now, it's revision time. Adverbs are the words which describe verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. A word is an adverb if it answers any one of the given questions. That is, how, where, when, why, how many times, or up to what level or extent the work is done. Now, different kinds of adverbs. First of all, there are adverbs of manner, which tell us how an action is performed. Then, adverbs of time, they tell us when an action is performed. Adverbs of place describe where an action is performed. Adverbs of degree describe the adjectives and other adverbs. Then we have adverbs of frequency, which explain how many times or how often an action is done. Then adverb of reason explains why something happens, why an action is performed. Interrogative adverbs, when, where, how, why. These are the interrogative adverbs which are used to ask questions. So these are the different kinds of adverbs. I hope the topic is clear to you. Thank you very much.